Peace and blessings, everyone, and happy Easter. Well, it is Easter Sunday, and I was here at my house with my family today, and there was an occurrence today which really had me thinking about things. As I was walking out the door to go to go rent a video, there's this person that was driving on my street, and I live in a cul-de-sac, who was, I don't know, they were doing at least 40, and they were swerving back and forth purposely, trying to get the tire skidding. So initially I yelled, slow down. And then I went down, there's a couple houses, I went down and confronted the person that was driving. It was two carloads of people. But there's a car in front that was doing all swerving. So as they was in the driveway, as I got out, I told him, I said, hey, you can't be driving on the street like that. And he was like, okay, well, it could have been all well and good and ended there. But this female had to step into it. Now, maybe I shouldn't say this, maybe it is not the godly thing to do, but it reminds me so much. Females can just run their mouth too much sometimes, and you know what I'm talking about. Those who've been out about clubs or wherever, and there could be some dude saying something, and you basically got away from to squash it, but this female got to put her 2 cents into, and get that head moving, those fingers snapping and saying something, like she's gonna be the one fighting if something went down. So she says, no, he should, what'd he say? He shouldn't drive like that. Not that he couldn't. Meaning that how I approached him was inappropriate. I said, no, he can't drive like that. And she said, no, he shouldn't. I said, no, he can't. Well, of course, this time, she, of course, gets the dudes pumped up. And so then initially one guy, he was on the passenger side, he has to chime in now. Well, he has to chime in now. I don't know what he started saying. Something, well, we ain't never said nothing to you, blah, blah. And I said, you can't do it, and you better not do it again. And then I was like, then he started saying, what are you going to do? I said, do it again. Well, what you going to do? Do it again. So this time, they're still walking. It's several of them. They walked to the house, and I'm standing there, and I'm yelling back at them. Well, do it again then. I'm like, well, what you going to do? Do it again. So they're walking away. He's still yapping, and I'm yelling over him, do it again. And I said, yeah, I see you still walking. Now, I know that's wrong. I know that's looking for a fight, and I shouldn't be doing that. But I'm not looking for a fight. It's just that he can't do that. Plain and simple. He can't because it's against the law. He's speeding. He can't because it endangers the lives of the children in his neighborhood. My children at home, there's children in the house next to me, children in the house over from me from that, children across the street from me. So that's why he can't. And being that he is an adult, he knows that he shouldn't. So it's up to me to tell him that he can't, and he better not do it again. Now what is exactly that I would do if he did it again? Well, I'll call the police and report him. But the thing is, ultimately I start thinking about, well, since I was standing there, since I was confronting him, letting him know, what happened if they decided to not walk away and to come back and want to fight? Well, I would have fought. And I've spoken on this before. Not sure if I actually made a video or it's just in my responses to people, that I've fought with the issue of fighting and violence. Of course, there's things with my son, but even with that, I separate that from violence with other people. Because what I did, I classify it as parenting, as disciplinary acts. All right, so I've always debated myself, if I was confronted by someone on the street should I fight back? More than I would, because my natural nature is I would, but should I? As one who tries to embrace spirituality and a connection with God, should I? Because, you know, is it the truth that I shouldn't? That the right thing, the just thing is that I shouldn't fight, that I should submit to an aggressor. And I question myself, and you know, and I think about it, and I know from this incident right here that, like I said, if they would have came at me, that it would have been a fight. And so, you know, I question myself about that. I question if I should do that, and not even so that, you know, maybe it's making me a hypocrite of speaking of unconditional love, because I believe I can still get love. I believe in defending myself. I believe if you are attacked, you can defend yourself. Defend yourself just to get them to stop, and then they stop, and it's over. They stop. You know, if I kick their ass, then I can still express to them my love, and I will still want to do for them, help them. If they were to kick my ass, I would try to make it a point of offering forgiveness, especially if it wasn't something, if someone just attacked me, say like these racists on these websites, if somebody's racist who just attacked me just because of my race, just because of my skin color, then I know that there is something, there's another reason. There's a reason behind them doing such, and the reason they might not even know. You know, for whatever reason they decided to hate, and they can justify all they want about, you know, niggers are dumb and blah 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 blah, you know, whatever. But given all that, is that a reason to hate someone and to want to oppress them and this and that? All right, it's basically, if he was an animal, like another animal, just because a dog's an animal, does that give you right to beat that dog, to mistreat that dog, to oppress that dog just because it's an animal? So for them who want to say that blacks are animal, well, does that give you license and reason to want to do the things to blacks that you say you want to do? And ultimately, I don't say it is. What's the truth of it? So, like I said, I fought with that, and you know, at times I wonder if, you know, I should really separate myself from, you know, things of this world. Want to do my company, want to do a political party, and you know, I question if ultimately all it's doing is binding me to this world. Because I think a lot of the theological thoughts, you know, in religion is about getting caught in this world, is that maybe when you do things in this world as the people in this world, you get bound to this world and you're stuck here, and this is actually a hell. So once you start doing things of this world, becoming of this world, then you'll keep coming back to this world. And it's not until you remove yourself from things of this world, it's not until that you will then thus raise yourself to a higher realm, a higher place. So you know, I debate myself. I think, you know, maybe I'll just go off to the mountains somewhere and just be a hermit or something. I mean, I actually think about that. So, you know, I was sort of upset at myself because I really haven't been able to answer that question by myself. But, you know, maybe the truth is, it's okay if I was to fight back. Maybe it doesn't bind me to this world. And ultimately, it was in self-defense. I'm defending the well-being and life of my children, all the children's neighborhood. I mean, this fool would just skirt. I mean, you know, so like I said, you know, it's debate. Being a minister, wanting to guide others, I question exactly, you know, what I should do in a situation. Because really, what's happened, you know, let's look at it. The reason for me getting upset, like I said, is because he's putting my children's lives in danger. But even in having that connection and worrying about the welfare of my own children, maybe that still binds me to this world. So maybe I shouldn't be concerned about my children possibly being killed by somebody driving crazy, right? I believe everything is eternal. So I believe we're all in truth. So them possibly being killed, you know, is there really anything to that? Is it really anything to anyone's death other than their death, the passing of their physical body, which I don't believe is the real. I believe, you know, our soul is the real. Our spirit, our soul, I believe that's part of the eternal, part of God. And I don't believe that this is real. So, you know, of course I want to defend my children because they're a part of me because of my connection with my children. But once again, is that just binding me to this world? You know, it's a theological debate. It's one that, you know, all people of religion, I think, should seriously think about and take up, and really think deeply about it. All right, God bless. I'm sure I'm gone over several. Well, not too bad. 11 minutes. God bless everyone. Peace and love.